We thank you, Allah. Alhamdulillah. The world, the sun, the moon, the stars. Come let us learn what they are. The world, the sun, the moon, the stars. Come let us learn what they are. We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen Amma ba'd Fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim
Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habibullah. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabiyullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurullah. Hey friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you all? I hope you are doing great by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So kids, welcome to the 4th episode of my program, Season 2 of the World of Kids. So kids, without any ado, let's start with the answers of the questions I asked in the previous episode. Question number 1. In the waqia, the sensible motherly little girl, what was hurting the girl? The answer to this question is that the girl's palm was hurting her. Question number 2. Which kid got the double share? The answer to this question is that Hazrat Sayyiduna Jabir bin Abdullah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu got the double share. Question number 3. What was being distributed amongst the people? The answer is that the thing that was being distributed amongst the people was halwa, which is a sweet dish. Question number 4. What did Sayyiduna Dawood do when he was coming back from the market? The answer to this question is that he did zikr of Allah. Question number 5 and the last question is that which day did the Prophet ﷺ clip his nails? The answer to this question is that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ clipped his nails on the day of Friday. So kids, I hope you got the answers right. And to the people who listened carefully in the previous episode, these answers would be really easy for them. And if you listen to this episode carefully, you will be able to answer the questions I will be asking in the end of this episode. So kids, without any ado, let's start with the first segment of our program, Madani Channel.
We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.
So kids, today we are going to end lesson number 2 that we distributed amongst 3 episodes because it is a really long lesson. So kids, let's start and finish this lesson today, and let's start with the next lesson in the next episode. So kids, we were on lesson number 2, compound letters. Compound letters means that when 2 different letters combine, they make a murakkab, which means compound. So kids, let's start.
Ba, lam, ba, ba, ha, mim, ba, ain, dal, ain, ba, dal, ha, mim, dal, ha, lam, kaf, ya, ha, ba, po, fa, sa, mim, nun, ha, sin, nun, fa, hamza, ta, sin, kha, ta, ha, lam, qaf, fa, lam, qaf, ain, lam, qaf, nun, sad, ra, qaf, ta, lam, ya, lam, jim, ta, jim, dal, لام غين نون فا سين جيم نون تا سين همزة لام قاف سين طا صاد فا تا شين ميم سين خاشين يا غين يا را غين بارا ميم طارا عين شين را عين سين را لام لام شين كاف را فا سين ميم.
So whoever was with us in episode number 2, 3 and 4 has completed the compound letters with me, and we are going to start with lesson number 3, Harakat, in the next episode. So stay tuned and keep watching my program. Wait for the next program as we are going to start a really interesting lesson in the next episode. So kids, without any ado, let's head over to the next segment of our program, Waqia.
We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.
So kids, have you ever seen or heard of a blind man eyesight got restored? Well, in today's Waqia, I'm going to tell you about a Madani child whose eyesight was restored. He was blind before by the dua of his mother. So kids, let's start with Waqia number 11 of the book The Madani Infant, Blind Madani Child's Eyesight Restored. Sayyiduna Imam Muhammad bin Ismail Bukhari rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, writer of the famous and renowned book of Ahadith Sahih Bukhari, went blind in childhood. He was treated by doctors, but his eyesight could not be restored. His blessed mother was Mustajab ud-Dawat, meaning a person whose prayers are granted by Allah Azza wa Jal. One night, she saw Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam in her dream, who told her that Allah Azza wa Jal had accepted her supplication and had restored her son's eyesight. When Imam Bukhari rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh woke up in the morning, his eyesight had been restored. He rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh could see again. So, dear Madani children, did you see how just the dua of a mother could make a child who couldn't see again? So kids, we should listen to what our parents say and do whatever they want us to do. And whenever we do something, our parents should also give us dua, as parents' dua is very, very beneficial for us.
We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.
Leg chopped off. A person, namely Zamakshari, had a chopped leg. Upon asking, he related that it was the result of a curse of my mother. It happened in this way, that I caught a sparrow in my childhood and tied a thread around its leg. Suddenly it slipped from my hand and flew into a crack of the wall, leaving a thread hanging out. I pulled the thread violently, resulting it out of the wall, but the leg of this poor bird had been chopped off by the thread. My mother saw this and was extremely annoyed and spoke out these cursing words for me. The way you have chopped off the leg of this mute poor bird, may Allah Azza wa Jal chop off your leg. This thing was forgotten, and after a short period of time, I traveled to the city of Bukhara for pursuing education, but I fell down while riding and my leg was badly damaged. After reaching Bukhara, I tried a lot to get it cured, but the chronic pain persisted and I had to chop it off, and thus the curse of my mother stood fulfilled. Dear Madani children, through this true waqia, we have learned that we should not even hurt any animal, let alone the human. Some children hit baby chicks, kittens, and kids, baby goats. So kids, the lesson that we learned from this waqia is that not to hurt anyone, either it is a human being or an animal, because what goes around comes around, and today you are hurting a person, you will also get hurt.
We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.
The bird was being hit with arrows. Sayyiduna Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu passed by some young men of the Quraysh who had tied a bird and had been shooting arrows, making it a target. When they saw Sayyiduna Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu coming, they dispersed. Sayyiduna Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu asked, "Who has done this? May Allah Azza wa Jal curse the one who did it." Undoubtedly, the Prophet of Rahmah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam cursed upon the one who makes a living thing the target of archery. So kids, those were some wonderful waqiyas, and I hope you listen to them carefully, as I will be asking questions from these waqiyas at the end of this episode. And kids, if you want to read these waqiyas for yourself, you can download the book at www.dawatislami.net, or you can buy it from your nearest Maktabatul Madina. So kids, without any ado, let's head over to the next segment of our program, Hadith or Sunnah.
We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.
So kids, today's Sunnah is to sleep early, as it helps us in waking up early the next morning, and it is easier to wake up for Fajr and Tahajjud, and it is also the Sunnah of our Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, as he also used to sleep early. And kids, today I don't have a hadith for you. Instead, I have a nice thing about our Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that whenever he sat on an animal, it would become a really fast one, and it would go in front of the whole group, even if it is lazy before the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam sat on him. So kids, without any ado, let's head over to this last segment of our program, questions and answers.
We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.
So question number 1 is, what is the name of the writer of Sahih Bukhari? So question number 2 is a true and false. So was the mother of the writer of Sahih Bukhari blind? So question number 3, who cursed Zamakhshari? Question number 4, where were the boys who tied the bird from? So kids, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It is time for me to leave, and it is time to end today's program. Keep watching Madani Channel English and keep watching the world of kids. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We thank you, Allah. Alhamdulillah. The sun, the moon, the stars. Come let us learn what they are. The world, the sun, the moon, the stars. Come let us learn what they are. We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah.